So before I get into the list, a little bit of background, aka bragging. So here are my stats on my final push to Legend. I went 14-1 with Reno Mage because I'm actually the best Hearthstone player. And my one loss was actually to this Rogue deck. So I asked the guy what was up with the deck, he said he was 11-3 with it, and it was some deck that RDU made that he's been playing in a tournament, I think. So, not my creation. This guy was playing it and he net decked it from a professional player. Also, shout out to Mind Control Tech for stealing the best target in every one of these games that I played it, and Reno and Kazakus for being in my hand. Literally every game where I needed them. I'm still the best though, not lucky. Anyway, the deck, it's basically just an aggressive rogue deck, but you throw in Finja, 2 Murloc War Leaders, and 2 Bluegill Warriors. Turns out this Finja the Flying Star card is pretty strong when you get its effect off. And like if Finja kills something but dies in the process and you pull out a Murloc War Leader, sometimes the Murloc War Leader can give it health and it survives. If you get like 1 War Leader and 1 Bluegill, you instantly have a 4-2 Charger. If you have Bluegill Warrior and a War Leader up, you have a 4-2 Charger that you can Shadow Step and then play again for 0 mana. So there's a lot of cute little synergies going on in here. Of course we're also playing Pirates because the Rogue class has access to weapons, so you shove Pirates in your deck. The deck actually is a little bit more aggressive than I like. I feel like it's a little too all-in. You just run out of steam pretty quick if you don't kill them. So that's something about this deck that I'm not in love with. I think I prefer tempo rogue builds that play like Hucksters and Raptors. But I think the deck is still pretty good, so I wanted to play it a little bit. I think throwing Murlocs in any aggressive deck is a pretty interesting concept.
Valera versus Valera.
Watch your back. I always do.
I just played against this guy, I know he's aggro. If he plays stuff in the early turns, this is a really good hand. If he doesn't, then his hand is poop.
I'm in charge now.
Squire is a nice pickup. Should kill at least one of these guys. And then I can coin SA7 agent the other one.
Too soon.
I'm really curious why that turn took him so long. I wonder if there's any read I can make, because that seemed extremely straightforward. Maybe he was planning to play a Huckster or something that turn? I don't know.
The light protects me.
If I want, I can actually double backstab that Argent Squire. I don't think I've ever double backstabbed anything. I don't think I want to though. I'll just take the 5 damage. He's pretty low on cards and I'm pretty high on health. I think I can afford to get some dagger value here. I would hate for him to play something that I needed a backstab for and I couldn't deal with it.
Thank you.
Well, I guess I want to eviscerate this guy. And because I want to play the eviscerate, I need a combo activator, which I guess is just going to be the Bluegill Warrior. I do need to keep in mind that he has a coin in his hand now. I lost the last game because I forgot about a Tomb Pillager coin. I thought he couldn't kill me and he could. Alright, well, there's the coin, so... See, I'm pretty happy I held this backstab, because if I didn't have the backstab, I wouldn't be able to deal with this thing very easily. There's Leroy. I have a lot of damage in my hand now. Use my dagger here because it looks like I'll probably have the mana next turn. I have 14 damage in my hand. Can't play all of it until turn 8. I think this game will probably go to turn 8.
The light protects me.
Alright, I'm happy to see damage going into a minion instead of my face. Although it would have been really nice to get the damage from my Azure Drake. Definitely popping that Divine Shield. And I guess I just have to play the Murloc here. I've already played one Bluegill. It's pretty unlikely that I'll be able to get value out of this guy's effect.
Who goes there?
Oh wow, he traded. I'm happy to see that trade. Oh, Finja. Okay.
Here we go.
This game was looking pretty over, but that Finja's really nice. So this is 14. I'm getting exactly one War Leader, one Bluegill, which is 18, so it looks like I'm going to be 1 damage off lethal next turn. Shadow Step, I think, is the only lethal draw in my deck.
Thank you.
Oh wow, okay. He Shadow Stepped that, so I can't kill anything with Finley. Or with Finja. So I guess I have to Cold Blood my Finja, which means I'm definitely not killing him this turn, which means I'm not playing Leroy. So let's start with Swashbuckler.
I'm in charge now.
The Jade Swarmer isn't too exciting.
I will be your death.
Alright, Cold Blood this guy, kill Azure Drake. He actually survives because the War Leader will buff him +1 health. And then I think I just want to eviscerate this Tomb Pillager, send some damage to face. So his hand is a Small-Time Buccaneer, a coin, and 2 other cards. I'm dead to Leroy Shadow Step. I don't think that deck can possibly have Fan of Knives, but if it did have Fan of Knives, I'd get pretty wrecked here.
Who goes there?
Eviscerate to deal 1 damage. Feels bad, man. So I'm showing 11 damage, he's dead to Leroy. Finja put in work that game.
Valera versus Thrall. For Doomhammer.
Watch your back.
This hand kinda sucks. SI7 agent's pretty bad without the coin. Do I even play the deckhand here? I feel like I don't. I feel like I pass Hero Power, Horse Rider, and then turn 4. Maybe I can deckhand plus SI7 agent if I need to. Or I can just Tomb Pillager if not. It does give me a lot of turns to draw patches, which is kinda bad. So now maybe I just play this guy.
Who goes there?
And then if I don't like the Horse Rider next turn, then I can go for Southsea Deckhand plus Hero Power maybe. I could have just played the deckhand that turn, but it was pretty weak to Maelstrom Portal, I think. Although it was really only Maelstrom Portal. Maybe it was worth just playing the 2-1 there. Okay, I think this is the play. It was actually kind of a hard turn until I drew the Buccaneer. Like, I wanted to Hero Power into that, but then what, I'm just playing a Southsea Deckhand, he just swings his weapon into it. I could send the Argent Horse Rider into it, but that's kind of awkward. Trade off patches and just play a vanilla SI7 agent with no combo. They all seemed kind of bad. I don't want to leave this thing up, so I do want to use one of my 3 drops to clear it. I'm not sure which one is the correct one to use. I think I'm going to use the SI7 agent.
This guy's toast.
It's probably a slightly better body on board. And sometimes it's hard to actually get the combo out of the SI7 agent, whereas the Horse Rider always has Charged Divine Shield.
We hunger for vengeance.
Pretty good answer from the opponent. Let's go for Azure Drake here. I'm pretty happy I chose not to use my weapon last turn, so I can actually deal with this Thalnos without trading off a minion. I have 7 on board and 6 in hand, plus hero power, so I'm 2 damage off lethal. Well, with the Azure Drake dead, I definitely don't have lethal here. Just develop a big dude, hero powered on the Searing Totem so he can't get to my patches. And then next turn I have 8 burst from hand. So if Tomb Pillager lives and he doesn't heal or taunt, I have lethal. So the Tomb Pillager died. I think I've only got 10 damage now. There are things I could draw into that would be lethal here. I believe that does it. Horse Rider is 3, Cold Blood is 4, Eviscerate is 6, and then the Shadow Stepped Horse Rider is 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, Shadow Step. I could have even played Swashbuckler and tried to get something there.
Valira versus Thrall. For Doomhammer.
This dude's legend, and he's legend. I'd be more impressed if he was like, if his name was like Legend 330, and then he was actually 330 Legend. That would be impressive. Since I have the coin, I'll keep SI7 agent.
Who goes there?
No point in coining out the South Sea Deckhand. He can't even charge this turn and he just dies to the weapon. Plus I would give up the coin for SI7 agent. So that just seems like a bad play. I guess I just hero power here. Pointing the SI7 agent on a healing totem doesn't seem like a very good play. It does leave my board kinda weak though. Okay, so he is playing aggro. He had a pretty slow aggro start. I think I'm just gonna play Horse Rider here. Go ahead and wreck this totem and then hero power down the patches. I could have coined out a Swashbuckler there, wouldn't have been awful. But keeping the coin to make sure I can activate my SI7 agent's pretty nice. I could have also just coined Tomb Pillager there, maybe that was the play. Maybe I was overreacting to the totem. Okay, so he's playing Jade Spirit and South Sea Deckhand in the same deck. Not really sure what to make of that. Seems like an odd choice. Let's just go for Tomb Pillager here. And I guess I kill this thing? Is that the play? Just get as much damage off his board as possible to protect my Tomb Pillager. X. So he's just mid-range that plays a South Sea Deckhand. Fair enough, I guess. So I probably want to go Dagger SI7. To combo the SI7 I have to play a 1-drop and coin. So probably just go for this guy. I mean, I don't have to hero power into this guy, but it seems pretty good to do it.
Here we go.
Calling the Finishers was an awful pickup, by the way, because that deck is definitely playing at least 2 Maelstrom Portals, maybe a Lightning Storm. Let's hope this Swashbuckler can do a little bit better. I'm not really too impressed by that. I guess I just play my call on the Finishers here, and hope that he doesn't have Maelstrom Portal. Cry a little bit if he does. Alright, no AoE. Pretty lucky for me. So since he didn't have AoE, the call on the Finishers is potentially nuts here. Oh! The dream. How much damage is this? 9, 10, 18. Let's fucking go. Probably not gonna use the Cold Blood here, actually. I think I'll send this guy face and clear this guy. Maybe I should have just got my Cold Blood damage in there while I could, but I still have a few Chargers in the deck, and it should be hard for him to clear this board since I know he didn't have AoE last turn. So as long as something sticks here, the Cold Blood is going to do a lot of damage. Okay, that's a lot of taunt. I think I actually don't have lethal. Okay, well that's gotta be lethal. Lava Shock, Cold Blood, Cold Blood. And he got finished by the Finisher. Well, that was weird.